breakfast. It's 11:30. This is a post-run meal, and this is a first episode of my new series called Marathon Prep. Today is a Sunday, so in 6 days I'm gonna run a full marathon race. I have never done that, and it's quite a challenge for me. Today I ran 11 kilometers in the morning, and I definitely know I would run more, but this week I'm trying to taper it down so I can properly recover and be fresh and at my best physical performance next Saturday when is the race happening. So I don't want to overdo it now. And now I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast. So I have some eggs, I have some veggies, tomatoes, peppers, homegrown peppers from my parents. Then I have Greek yogurt, low-fat Greek yogurt. I have one whole banana, honey, and granola. So this is my main source of protein. Here the eggs, also the Greek yogurt. I love eggs. I cannot stop making them. And also I have carbs, which are very important for refueling, especially post-run. And I have carbs from banana, honey, and granola. Let's get to it. So, what's up, people? This is a first episode of a new series called Marathon Prep. I will talk about several topics that I think are important, whether you are trying to switch from bodybuilding or you're trying to combine training in the gym with the endurance sports like running, cycling, etc., or simply you're just trying to progress in the gym, gain weight, gain muscle, lose body fat, or just simply increase your physical performance. I'm a personal trainer who is obsessed with sports, coaching, helping others, and physical performance of a human body. I'll be completely honest and transparent and talking just from my own experience. I'll be glad if you can take some information maybe you didn't know, or simply just get motivated for you to start your journey for achieving your goal. In the previous video, I talked about the reasons why I don't want to compete in a bodybuilding anymore, and I want to elaborate on that and talk about the reasons a little bit more. So the number one reason was the health. When it comes to bodybuilding and the health, people usually and often associated with things like liver damage, kidney damage, heart damage, and other things, other damages to the organs. And they often forget about the mental health as well, which is, I think, one of the biggest and most important things. I had realized how much of a bad impact it had on my mental health. I'm not saying bodybuilding is bad, it's very individual. I had realized that I was always stressed, anxious, and my moods were up and down, and I really didn't enjoy the whole routine. Since I was a kid, I was always outside, I was always outdoors playing other sports, football, running, cycling, hiking, snowboarding, and during the preps for the competitions and the hard diets, I often thought about those things and I missed those things. I have realized that there are many more other things that are more rewarding to me, that make me happier and more fulfilled than just bodybuilding. It takes years to become a best professional bodybuilder. It takes years to build a lot of muscle tissue, and I know that time I can use for something better that has more meaning to me and is more rewarding, and that overall can make me better person, better human being, and more fulfilled with life. I would like to divide this video in 5 pillars, 5 sections, so let's get started. First, I would like to talk about training. People often ask me, or even those questions are usually asked on the internet that I can see, that what is more important, if the training or the nutrition or recovery or the other things, supplementation, what is more important, training or the food that you consume, how much you consume, or is it the exercises, is it the repetitions, is it the load, the weight you lift? Overall, I think, in my personal opinion, that the most important thing is the effort, is the training, is the time when you decide to go to the gym, to go for a run, to go work hard. even on the days you don't feel like, even on the days you really feel tired and you don't want to go, if you want to get better in the gym, you have to visit the gym. If you want to run better, run faster, you have to practice your runs. If you want to get better at playing a guitar or piano, you have to practice it. It's like with all the other things. And there are no shortcuts to this. You just simply have to do it. You just have to do what's necessary for you to progress. And you have to practice it. You need to be consistent and disciplined, and it takes some time. That's why I think nowadays it is so hard for people to start something new or to go to the gym and make some changes, because there are so many misleading information on the internet and new information and people that promote their own thing and try to say that this type of diet, this type of training is the best. And these people who are trying to make a change, they are so consumed by all this and so confused, so they never start. What I would suggest, just go by your own gut. If you're someone new, if you are a beginner to training or running, just don't overcomplicate it. Make it super simple, be consistent, be disciplined with the trainings, and it will pay off and you will get the results. You don't need to have a best training plan, best app, best supplements, best running shoes. You just simply have to do the work and it will pay off. People nowadays, they are so weak, they need everything the best, and they get lazy when they need to do the hard things. So make it simple and don't overcomplicate it. Let's now talk about my training. I still train in the gym 5 times a week. I have a split push pull legs where I try to focus on the upper body, chest, shoulders, tricep, then in a pull, back and bicep, real delts, and in legs I try to focus on whole legs. Plus I run 3 to 4 times a week. It really depends on how much time I have. Sometimes I run in the mornings, fasted, sometimes I run in the evenings, where I run with the club we run called N Running Club, Next Level Running Club, and I am so happy that we motivated so many people to start running, and it's just so great to see how is this whole thing of running evolving. Let's get to another section, another pillar, and that is nutrition. With bodybuilding and nutrition, it's pretty simple. You eat your 6 meals a day. You can actually, mostly you can eat same things all the time. You will gain weight, you will gain muscle. It's not that hard. But with running, it's a bit different. I had realized that I had to make some changes to my diet and to perform at my best. Carbs started to play a huge role in my diet. Carbs are the energy that drives you through the kilometers, through the miles that you don't want to do anymore, through the times when you feel tired and you are dragging and you don't want to continue. So I would definitely recommend to go fueled. If you go for a run, I would recommend to either drink some carb powder mix or to take some gel, because if you ever run fueled, you will never want to run unfueled again. For you to perform at your best and to progress over time, I would recommend to go fueled, because it will definitely help you. Carbs will replenish your glycogen stores and give you the energy that you need to continue. I would recommend to either use some gel or cyclodextrin, which I use. I sometimes use some gels as well, or anything you like and you are comfortable with. With protein, it's pretty simple. I still try to hit at least 200 grams per day. I try to hit it from either eggs, beef, chicken, and whole foods. And also I like Greek yogurts. I use protein shakes as well. So it's pretty simple. I would not recommend to go run with a lot of fat consumed right before the run, because it will slow down your digestion and you may have cramps during the run, and it is not very pleasant to have cramps in your gut. Next pillar I want to talk about is the hydration. The very important thing that you cannot forget about is the hydration and proper consumption of electrolytes. If you're not hydrated enough, if you're not drinking enough water, you cannot expect your body to perform at its best. If you're not hydrated enough during your training blocks, your body will get tired faster, it will give up faster, you just simply won't feel best mentally and physically. If you just take carbs and you don't have enough fluids and you don't consume enough of fluids and electrolytes, you can actually dehydrate yourself. I would suggest to buy some electrolyte powder mix. I'll drop some link below for the product that I use. I'm not associated with the company or sponsored by them. I just simply like the product, so I will be happy to recommend it to you. Proper hydration will affect you in your performance and also recovery. So let's dive into the another pillar, and that is recovery. If you want to perform at your best, the recovery is very important and you shouldn't underestimate it. The main thing that drives the recovery is the good old sleep. So if you're not recovering well, I would first try to look at your sleep, look at your quality of the sleep, and actually how often you have good quality sleep. I would recommend to have at least 7 hours of a good, not disturbed sleep. There are many ways to improve your recovery, such as doing sauna, physical therapy, massages, meditation. It can be stretching, mobility work. All those things work. They are best in combination. But first, if you don't have actually managed all of those things that I have already mentioned, the nutrition, sleep, hydration, training, I'll start there. And the last pillar for this video that I'm going to talk about is the stress management, that I think plays a huge role when it comes to physical performance, mental health, and general overall well-being. Everyone has jobs and responsibilities and stressful situations, hardships, but it all really just depends on how well you can manage that, all of those things. It is better for you to find the reason why you're stressed and to work on it, and to not to be afraid of the problem, to solve the problem. Think of it as a challenge for your mind to overcome and as a new opportunity for you to get to know your body well and better, get to know yourself better. Because if you are just negative all the time and pissed all the time, it can suck out the energy out of you and the good vibes, good feeling out of you, and also for the other people around you. So this would be all for this video, and these are the things that I wanted to talk about, that I had in mind throughout this marathon prep. The marathon is happening next week on Saturday, so we have 6 days till then, and I couldn't be more excited. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and if you have any questions, you can leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll get you as soon as I can.